Hey, you guys, I'm going to tell you something right off the bat, before we start the show, and I know it's late, it's late in SoCal, so I know it's real late on the East Coast, but we got to lay some shit down, man.
Lay it down.
Randy been doing a lot of hard work, and I want to give a special thanks to Randy for all his hard work, keeping the Wrestleheads page up. I'm just an on-air talent, but when you talk about somebody who's really every day putting up wrestling stories and wrestling shit, it's Randy all day long. Where he done got the page rejuvenized from the last time Instagram shut us down and didn't tell us what the fuck was going on. And I'm going to tell you something, too, about Instagram. Instagram sent me a goddamn survey and asked me, how can we be better? I said, the first thing y'all motherfuckers can do is let somebody know why you taking their page down. Don't just give me a vague fucking book or some bullshit where you say, the conduct and all that. No, tell me exactly what the violation was, because how is people not supposed to make the same mistake twice?
Facts.
If you don't tell them exactly the reason why you took their page down, or even if it was a legitimate reason to put their fucking page down. You know what I'm saying? That's the first order of business. So I want to definitely give thanks to Randall for fucking keeping the Wrestleheads page alive. And we raw, we unfiltered, and we give it to you straight about professional wrestling. Because I see a lot of motherfuckers out there, bro. And I'm like, we watch these pay-per-views, we watch these after shows and shit. And it's like, they got to be under a scope. I ain't under no goddamn scope. I'm a truck driver, nigga. And I'm going to tell you the real shit about this shit that I'm watching today. So, without further ado, we might as well get into it. Let's be honest. WWE just did a whole lot of fucking talent cuts. Just right off the bat. They did a bunch of goddamn talent cuts. Did I agree with some of them? Did I not agree with none of them, Randy? Did you agree with them? It's hard to say right now.
Tony Nese is a talent. Killian Dain's a talent. Daivari's a talent.
But we haven't seen them in so long.
No, they be on 205. Well,
Killian Dain, 205, they turned that shit into like a pre-show of Raw.
Killian Dain be on it. Well, he was, past it on NXT.
Now you look, okay, let's get busy.
Most protected at the front door.
Let's talk about motherfucking Killian Dain, right? What else could this guy do? He is full of talent. He lost his weight.
He lost a lot of weight.
He lost his weight. He got in shape. He can go with anybody on the fucking roster, and you decide to let him go. My question is why? I know that he wasn't sticking you in the pockets. Like, he wasn't financially holding you down. And I look at lesser talents. Now, I don't want to throw shots, but Killian Dain is twice the wrestler that Bronson Reed is. And Bronson Reed is holding the goddamn North American title. What do you see in him that you didn't see in goddamn Killian Dain?
I can't explain that shit to you.
I can't explain it to you either. You know what I'm saying? So, just right off the bat, I didn't like that. And I look at someone like Tony Nese, who is a goddamn super athlete. And I know that you stuck him in the cruiserweight division, but he looks as fucking big as anybody else. And could wrestle with anybody fucking else. And that's the shit that you fucking decide to do?
Motion detected at the front door.
I'll tell you what, Jack. Some of those things, I don't understand them. And I don't want to fucking understand them. Now I look at talent cuts like, okay, you let Fandango go, right? You let Fandango and Tyler Breeze go. Now, for my money, hey, they had a good run.
Fandango was there 15 years.
Right.
15 years.
So I got no problem with them being released. Okay.
He had a long run.
If you squeezed all the juice that you can squeeze out of them, I got no problem with that. Tyler Breeze.
Red table's back. Yeah, this is the real fucking red table. This was the red table before motherfucking Will Smith's wife and her goddamn
the fucking bullshit entanglement. Get the fuck out of here. Bitch, you wasn't no entanglement. You was sucking August Alsina's dick. And fucking Will Smith had to sit up here and go. He had to sit up there. I know she paid him to fucking get up there and do that shit.
He had to take that shit on the chin.
Hey, Lord knows he probably done did some shit too. That's why I wasn't even really feeling sorry. Because I'm like, for you to go on the show.
He just didn't get caught.
Yeah, you know what the fuck you did, nigga. But, nonetheless, now you look at professional wrestling and you look at the professional wrestling spectrum and you look at the stuff that we're doing right now. okay, you look at what WWE's got going on. You know, they got Money in the Bank coming up. They're running Raw and they're running SmackDown. It's pretty much customary. What you saw on SmackDown last night was Edge coming back. So now Roman Reigns got to beat his ass one more time at fucking
Go get his
Money
ass.
in the Bank.
Go get his ass
Right.
out the way.
But let me ask you something. I was watching SmackDown last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have a fucking King of the Ring tournament. And now all of a sudden, Nakamura's the goddamn King of the Ring.
They took the crown.
But what the fuck?
From
So
Corbin.
what? So what? We're not good enough to even get King of the Ring no more? It started off as a pay-per-view. Then it went to a fucking Monday Night Raw only exclusive. Then they moved the shit to SmackDown. And now it's just one match. And you got a motherfucking King of the Ring and Nakamura?
Who's that
I
other
like
dude?
Nakamura.
Who's the other dude with Nakamura?
I don't fucking know who the fuck that guy is playing the guitar. But you're going to cut Killian Dain. But this guy's got a spot on main TV. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck he is too. I don't goddamn know.
These are good questions.
What I'm saying is, the point I'm trying to make is this, man. We're going to talk about every organization here. And, you know, I've been watching TNA. I've been watching AEW. And, of course, you know, we're going to watch WWE. But when I'm looking at what these superstars are doing right now, it's midsummer. We're damn near past the pandemic. To me, it's time to fucking let the rails off, bro. It's time to go to work.
Making that SummerSlam run.
And the first thing that needs to be talked about, okay, is how good WWE's world champions are. Both of them. Bobby Lashley is holding down Raw like nobody can. And Roman Reigns is the best goddamn champion in the business right now. And I sat here on this show about maybe 4 years ago and said he would never be this. I fucking have to pull my words back and say, I was fucking wrong. This guy is the best fucking champion we got in this entire wrestling business. I look around and I'm looking at Kenny Omega holding AEW's championship. He's holding Impact's championship. I'm looking at Nick Aldis holding fucking NWA's championship. I'm looking at, who the fuck is New Japan's champion right now?
I don't think. Oh, they gave it to fucking oh shit, because fucking Ibushi fucking got hurt, and they snatched it off of him. I think they had like a little quick tournament. It's somebody else. I can't think of his fucking name.
Okay, so whatever, who's holding up in New Japan's championship, and then you got Raw and you got SmackDown, and you know the bottom line is, folks, unless you're living under a rock, Roman Reigns is the best champion in the business right now. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Dave Meltzer, let me tell you, he can say what he wants. But Kenny Omega is not a better champion than Roman Reigns. Nick Aldis, who is a close second because he carries himself like a champion everywhere he goes, he's not Roman Reigns. Not because he doesn't have the ability, but because he's not in the arenas that Roman's in.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Roman Reigns right now is box office. And if you get a match with him at the main event of any WWE show, you ought to be proud of your fucking achievement, bro. Like, it is serious. And I like the fact that Bobby Lashley is still holding the belt. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. They got this thing going on with Monday Night Raw come Monday, where McIntyre, Styles, and Orton are going to go triple threat to see who gets that spot in the Money in the Bank match. McIntyre done got his ass whooped. He done got his ass whooped a few times.
A lot of times.
So, to me, it shouldn't be him. It's definitely not going to be AJ because AJ's tied up with Amos. And I want to say a few words about Amos. Nigga, where your skills at? Let me tell you something. You are in a privileged position to not only be tag teaming with one of the greatest professional wrestlers in the business with AJ Styles, but when I watch a tag team match with you, I see how green he is, Randy. He is green as a blade of grass. And they're trying to get him over because he's tall.
Mm-hmm.
And he's big. But okay, I'm a fat motherfucker and I'm a truck driver, okay? I don't have that opportunity like he got. However, if I was a Moss and I know that I'm one half of Raw's tag team championships
With a Hall of Famer.
I would be in the fucking gym every fucking day. I would be taking bumps every fucking day. There would be no days off. They got a couple days off for travel. Your ass need to be working in. Because there is no reason why we're watching tag team matches with you and AJ Styles, and AJ's out there doing all the fucking work. You're fucking sitting up here tagging in, doing a little sissy move, and tagging the fuck back out. I don't care how green you are, bro. If you sitting here looking at me in the eye, I know AJ is telling him to his face, if you want to make it, you need to have more exposure in that ring. You need to have more exposure on that mic. You may not ever get another opportunity like this where you can showcase yourself for them to see if you got it or if you don't got it.
And you
let Killian Dain be fucking AJ's partner right now and see how good that shit would have went.
Yeah. Because
he's ready and willing at all times.
And let's be honest, he's working with a bona fide Hall of Famer.
One of the best to ever do it.
Who, if New Japan got a Hall of Fame, he's going in there. Impact got their own little Hall of Fame. They wanted to put him in there. WWE got a Hall of Fame. He's going in there.
Oh, he's definitely going in.
He's going in there. He's going in a few Hall of Fames.
Let me tell you something. AJ Styles, for my money, you already have to give him credit. And I'm going to give Randy Orton credit too. Because these guys are main event wrestlers and they step to the side and they're taking these side roles to help get other people over. Yeah. You see Orton getting
Matt Riddle
over, right? You see Orton stepping to the side to push Matt Riddle to get him up there. You see AJ Styles saying, I'll take this assignment. I'll work with fucking Amos. But Amos, as a grown man, has to have his own responsibility of, I need to get better because I'm out there with the phenomenal AJ Styles every week. That means my promos have to be tight. My matches has to be tight. I have to be crisp in the fucking ring because we're tag team champions.
See, and this is what Omos should have did before the Big Show and Mark Henry ran their asses to AEW for the money. He should have been working with them. He should have been working with the big dudes, sitting there getting the shit down, asking them about the psychology, asking them what should I do to get myself over. What could I do to help? I mean, right now it should be 1-800. He reaching out to big dudes. You know, any big dude you can fucking come up with. Hell, he should be talking to fucking Baron Corbin. You know, Baron Corbin's 6'8".
Can we talk about how Baron Corbin is still doing his job to the best of his ability, looking good on TV, doing the best he can, and he doesn't. Why isn't Baron Corbin an adversary of Roman Reigns? You know, I look at the reigns of Bobby Lashley and the reigns of Roman Reigns. The champion is only as good as his title defenses.
Correct.
And I know how good Roman Reigns is. I know that he is the top of the business right now. He is at the fucking peak. He is at the pinnacle. Why is he fucking working with Rey Mysterio in a Hell in a Cell match on SmackDown the fucking Friday before the pay-per-view?
Because they wanted to get it out the way.
I understand. I was thinking to myself, like, okay, they want him to beat up Rey Mysterio and his family, and he still has the storyline going with his own family, but I don't know if it's because they didn't want to take the heat off of Lashley and McIntyre, or what that case may be. Plus, Bianca had a Hell in a Cell match also, and they probably didn't want to do 3 Hell in a Cell matches in one night.
Yeah.
I can understand that, okay? Because really it's supposed to just be 2 big Hell in a Cell matches for the show.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that. However, you, me, and the rest of the world knows that I don't care how scorned Rey Mysterio was, he wasn't about to go in that cage and do anything to Roman. He wasn't.
All he did was got himself fucked up in the sun, got fucked up the week before.
Roman is on a rocket Gibraltar. He is on a totally different level. And whoever his opponent is for SummerSlam, they better fucking make it count. We know he's going to run through Edge at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck his opponent is at SummerSlam,
it's going to be Big Match John.
It ought to be Big Match John. But John, let me tell you, I'm be real about this shit. If John ain't ready to work with Roman on that level, then they need to find someone else.
No,
because
I think John knows.
No, but I'm just saying.
He knows.
John is a movie star now.
Yeah.
He's transitioned. He's totally out of the business like that. Of course, he'll do anything Vince McMahon asks him to do. Understandable. However, you got to understand something. You are coming back. This ain't the same Roman Reigns as when you left.
Mm-hmm.
This is the top of the business Roman Reigns. This is a Roman Reigns
He's the man.
where you got the best talker in the business in Paul Heyman not having to say a word to put you over because you're putting yourself over. Okay? This is a totally different Roman Reigns. And, I mean, as much as I love Bobby Lashley and I respect all the work that he's put in from beginning to end,
He having a great reign.
he has, but he ain't Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to fucking say that.
Roman's a half a step ahead of him. It's not a country mile.
No,
because
let me tell you something. What drags Roman away from Lashley is the promos. Because yes, Lashley's over there talking for himself. He has MVP talking for him. I don't feel it the way I feel Roman Reigns. And a lot of that, it ain't Lashley's fault. He's a soft-spoken guy for the most part. And he tries to sound tough, but a lot of his action does the speaking for him. But Roman will make you fucking feel it when he says something. And it's because he's saying the shit that we all fucking think. Randy, he's saying all the goddamn shit that we be thinking.
Yeah.
You really gonna bring your ass in here with that bullshit and think you gonna beat me? Nigga, hell no. Who you thought you was? And then he goes out there and says the shit.
Sammy P said, let's talk about Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow versus, though.
I ain't even acknowledge it today.
Bow Wow washed his ass.
I ain't even acknowledge that shit because that shit, let me tell you something. Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow couldn't wipe any wrestling show's ass. Right
No,
now.
but see, that's the thing with that, not the sidetrack. No, that's not the one motherfuckers wanted to see. Motherfuckers wanted to see Romeo versus Bow Wow. Those was the two rivals at that time. Soulja Boy his ass was nowhere around. He probably was playing fucking pixie sticks.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
somewhere.
I don't even think Soulja Boy has a catalog to fuck with anybody.
That's
That's why I started questioning these verses because I'm like, okay, what's the motherfucking
They had 700,000 watching.
Yeah, but I'm like, what's the criteria?
I don't know, cause it do seem like some of these be off a little bit. Like, I think what was the one? It was supposed to be Keisha Cole versus Ashanti. That was the one that was supposed to happen. And people forget, Ashanti had fucking hits when they was cracking over at Murder Inc.
Yeah.
She was relevant just like Ja Rule. People forget that shit. And a lot of her hits was with Ja Rule. And people forget that shit because 50 goddamn buried that nigga 8 times.
Oh, he did more than that, Chief.
Yeah,
I think wasn't Ja
owns
Rule
his ass.
wasn't Ja Rule the guy where 50 bought out fucking the first 3 rows so nobody would be there?
I think 50 bought his fucking catalog, nigga.
Well, I mean that's bigger than.
See, look at
Fucking
Tim. He
everything
said
he
Shanti
did.
washed Cole's ass too. Yeah, cause I mean Keisha Cole had her own little hits, but
I love
It
Keisha
wasn't-
Cole though. Keisha Cole is bad.
shit. Ashanti's bad. Boy, she done got like fine wine, got better with age, and then I'm sorry, it made me wonder Nelly's decisions. Like you was with her for a shitload of years, and then you went to get the other bitch that's put together, and Ashanti's all natural, and she banging like a fucking bass drum. Like that had me thinking like, Nelly, what the fuck was you thinking on that one? Like, I'm sorry, you wrong on that one. Shit.
Yeah, I'm not understanding that either.
Yeah.
But you know, getting back to this wrestling
Romeo
thing.
gave Bow Wow his flowers.
Hey, getting back to this wrestling thing though, you know, okay, so it's evident that NXT's champion, Killer Cross, Karrion Cross, whatever you want to call him, he's going to be getting called up.
Yeah, he's next. He's
Yeah.
next on that
Yeah.
fucking shit.
He's going to be getting called up.
He basically, in the
But-
last 2 or 3 months, he done took out the whole heavyweight fucking division.
No, he's taking out the whole NXT roster. So the next question is, who can you even match against him that makes sense now? Because you had him beat everybody. He beat Finn Balor. He beat Adam Cole. I want to know why Adam Cole's not on the main roster.
Yeah.
What's left for NXT? What's left in NXT for Adam Cole to do? There is nothing else for him to do.
Yeah.
It's time for him to pop. Raw, SmackDown, wherever you want to send him, but it's time for him to go up.
You got to send him to SmackDown. Because you send him to Raw, he gonna get lost in the fray.
The problem is though, Raw needs more contenders for Bobby Lashley. You know,
we can say the same thing about SmackDown, but you know they're gonna give Raw more.
They're gonna give SmackDown more.
No, they're gonna give Raw more. They always give
No,
Raw more.
SmackDown is the flagship show now. It's not Raw anymore.
They're gonna try to, they're gonna justify Raw being the flagship show because it was the first show. Secondly, they're gonna justify because it's 3 hours. So that's what they're gonna do. They always do that shit. But SmackDown, everybody knows between SmackDown and NXT, those are the workhorse fucking shows. When you go to Raw, you can get to take it easy. You know, there's more pressure on you over there as the flagship show, but you can take your foot off the gas over there. SmackDown, you're gonna work. NXT, you're gonna work. You know. I
don't know. I just look at it like, okay, what's Raw got going on now? You're about to have Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. Is what it's looking like, right? Mm-hmm. We know Kofi's not going to beat Lashley.
Nope.
So, I guess for SummerSlam,
I see a turn in his future.
Right. So I think for SummerSlam, who is Bobby Lashley's eligible opponent?
And they talking about probably after the draft, which is probably gonna happen after SummerSlam. I think Big E. They're gonna send Big E over there.
Yeah, but Big E ain't no goddamn challenge for fucking Lashley. And you done got Lashley where he fucking everybody up, you know?
Yeah, if you look at the WWE, they got two, all bullshit
two
to the side.
Dominant champions.
Excuse me, let me rephrase that. You count NXT with Killer Cross, they got 3 dominant champions.
Yeah.
3.
And I'm still
dominant champions.
I'm still not much for Killer Cross, but I can't
he been doing this shit.
But I can't deny the results. Like he literally has gone through everyone on SmackDown. There is no one on SmackDown who can challenge him and beat him right now.
Shit, I think they're going to send his ass to Raw. But you see, they already finna get ready to fuck him because I think they finna pull that. It's time to pull Scarlett Bordeaux away because they realize she's a name.
She's a star by herself, man. Like she is. And she's been playing side fiddle to him. And he's at the level now where he doesn't need her to get him over, and she could be a wrecking force and a new breath of fresh air in the women's division. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know, like
they should have been having her work go down to NXT.
You know,
it's good competition.
Yeah, they sent Lana packing. You know, Lord knows where she's gonna go. Everybody knows that shit. Stevie Wonder could see that shit.
That's probably the worst kept fucking secret.
But
she said she got shit to say. What she gonna say?
Yeah,
somebody try to fuck her? I been said that shit.
Yeah, but see, my thing is like, y'all gotta understand something, man. WWE put food on y'all table for how long?
They were over there a long time too.
Like you worked in WWE, you became a big name. You know, you're basically a made person now because of everything that WWE pushed for you. So why would you go and then say something about them? It doesn't make sense. Because WWE always has that open door policy. Even if you go somewhere else,
but let you come back.
They'll let you come back, but you can't try to bury the company, you know, because you may not be able to come back.
As they love to brag that they got the fuck in the tank. It's the reason why you got the fuck in the tank at WrestleMania, because you was in the WWE.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had no tank and no motherfucking AEW. Yeah, them motherfuckers gonna get you some video games. You wanna go fuck in the back? You might go wait for the room because maybe Cody and his goddamn wife in the fucking room. You gotta wait your turn.
Yeah, but I guess like that shit ain't got. Y'all live together. What the fucking matter? You fucking a tank
for thrills.
I guess, but it don't mean shit to me. You know, y'all live together. You know, Bo Hightower's over there fucking cranking y'all up every other day. Shit, I know the fucking deal. I watch the chiropractic videos, you know, but I don't want to get sidetracked. So I want to talk about this female, Kenice Mobley,
the writer
who apparently was a comedian, and WWE brought her on as a writer, and we don't know how true this is, you know. But this is just what's been going on. What's out there.
I think that shit is apparently true because the people, when it came out that she fucked up and called him Bobby Ashley, and then it was bad enough on there. Then she went on the fucking podcast. See, this one got her ass fired. And she went on the podcast and talked about how she didn't know about wrestling, blah, blah, blah. She put the nail in her own motherfucking coffin.
What I don't understand is WWE lets you in, even if you're not even like a primary writer, if you're just in the room when they're talking about the direction of the company, the direction of their superstars, and which paths they're going to set for everyone, the fact that you're in that room is very exclusive company. You don't go on no fucking podcast talking shit about that. I don't give a fuck if you didn't know wrestling. It's just like if you didn't know basketball and they let you in the fucking executive meetings. Just like if you didn't know football and they let you in the fucking executive NFL meetings. You sit at a table with Goodell talking about the goddamn NFL. You don't fucking run your mouth about that shit. And you look at how many people are out there who have a lot of creative minds, a lot of creative ideas. You had the shot and you fucked it up. She should have got fired. You don't disrespect Bobby Lashley like that. All the fucking hard work that this man's put in day in and day out, from the first time he was in WWE to going over and busting his ass in TNA, to becoming a successful MMA fighter, to making his ass back to the goddamn show and finally getting his just due. You don't know who Bobby Lashley is? And he's the reigning, defending Raw champion.
WWE champion.
That's been carrying this fucking brand.
Somebody should have told her, it's only been 3 black people that ever be champions, and that's herself as an African.
And we're talking WWE champion. We're not talking like world champion or all these other belts that came from other companies. This is Vince McMahon's title. You don't get that shit to black people like that. And Lashley showed you he's worth every penny, and you can't get his fucking name right.
But see, this is why this is another thing on her. It's like, what the fuck you gonna get a job, bitch, and you ain't gonna do no fucking research? Like, you should do some research. Like, if you getting a job, you should do research on what the fuck you doing. Like, that's natural. That's like, think about it. That's like yourself, right? You go to a company. Wouldn't you do research on the fucking company?
I need to know what this company is doing, what they're about.
Exactly.
What's derogatory against, speaking against them.
And then you go talk to people
like that.
You go talk to people like, oh.
All them people backstage would have told you, don't get your ass on a podcast like that and start fucking up. But see,
I agree, Ray Money.
But see, Randy, this is the shit that I was alluding to when I read this story.
Mm-hmm.
They want people like her because they can just tell her how it's gonna be, and she just says yes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she ain't got a clue what direction anybody needs to go in or anything like that. It's because Triple H is gonna tell you which way they're gonna fucking go, and your ass is just to write how to get there. Triple H probably sits at the table, and I don't know this for sure because I'm not in the fucking room with him. But let's be honest. You got Vince, you got Stephanie, and you got Triple H, and you got Shane McMahon.
And a bunch of other fucking writers.
And they fucking sit there and say, listen, everybody in this room, on this date, I need this champion doing this. Your job is to get him from this date to this date and make it make sense for me so that I can approve it. That's all she had to do. And you couldn't do it. You couldn't even fucking get the fucking first day. How are they supposed to hire anybody else like that?
Hell,
off the street.
Think about it.
If you can't take the fucking job, the craft seriously.
It's not even that with the writers. It's like you got a chance to save yourself because if you know you're working with a certain athlete, you can talk to that athlete and communicate. Like, hey, what you think about this?
We need to get you to this point.
Yeah. So
how do we get to this point?
You got any input of what the fuck you think? How should we get to this point? Like, your job is basically easy. All you doing is filling in holes. And basically, if you talk to the superstar and you take a few of his ideas, you're going to get there even fucking faster.
I agree.
And that's the thing about it.
I agree. That's shit I don't understand. But, she got herself fired, and
Let's see.
WWE probably ain't going to take no more gambles on people like that. And whatever, man,
No, I think it's all on the person. You think about it. Look at Freddie Prinze Jr., right? Actor, all that shit. He stopped acting. He's working for the WWE for years. Came in there as a writer and all that shit. I mean, he had a love of wrestling. That helped him. But he chilled out on
That's
the
what I
fucking
don't
acting.
understand.
He chilled
How
out on
does-
acting.
how
And he
does
fucking
she-
started doing that shit.
My
He
thing
for
is
years.
like, how the fuck did she get this job? And you don't even know how the fuck Jake Roberts lost 2 inches off his height.
You
Or
mean Ronnie Garvin.
Ronnie Garvin lost 2 inches off his height from Jake Roberts' DDT. You didn't even fucking know how that shit transpired. Do you even know about the Montreal Screwjob? Do you even know about the history of the WWE Championship? How the fuck do you get a job like this and you're supposed to help push these guys in a different direction? I don't care if you're a Hollywood screenwriter or whoever the fuck you might call yourself. This is professional wrestling now, Jack. You need to sit your ass at home and watch tapes. You need to find out why this guy did this, why this guy did this, why did this storyline manifest to this. You are getting paid money. You are on the payroll
But see,
to push this guy in this direction where fans can relate to it,
It's like
sell merchandise, sell tickets, sell pay-per-views.
I was gonna say it's like what Ray Money's saying right here. He said they hire writers that don't know shit so they can tell them what to do. Then we have shit like this. He's like, I'm willing to bet she probably didn't even know who the fuck Triple H is. And what I mean by that is she didn't know that Triple H and Paul Heyman, Paul is the same guy.
Probably not. And then my next issue with her, and we're gonna get off of her after this. But my next issue with her after that, if you don't know, fucking shut your mouth. You don't go on no fucking podcast talking about no shit because, contrary to popular opinion, the wrestling community ain't no fucking joke. We gonna fucking pick your ass apart.
Yeah.
We gonna find out how much you fucking know. If you gonna have any input on the show that we fucking love, we're gonna fucking pick your ass apart.
It's not even.
And she took the bait, bit it, and died off of it.
It's not even just that. People listen to their shit because this is what happens. They might not have known she was on the podcast, right? But wrestling fans wrote. And then you got pages like us sit there throw that shit up like, hey, WWE writer says this and this and this. Then Triple H and whoever is fucking lucky will catch on to that shit. And then Triple H like, hey, send me a copy of that fucking podcast so they can listen to it. Then they listen to it like, what the fuck is she doing?
Like, you fucking up the business with
Okay,
your dumb shit.
hey, call that motherfucker in my office. You're fired.
It's already bad. Look, it's already bad enough with all the internet, all the dirt, everything, all these insiders. You got people in the company sneaking information out. It's hard to preserve the business right now. So when you fucking do shit like that, because to me, and I'm pretty sure how WWE looked at it, you don't know anything and we listen to you. Are you going into business for yourself?
Yeah.
You know? Well, you're definitely not going to go into business for yourself if you ain't even got your foot in the door over here. Learn the business. Learn about it. You know, you got agents backstage. You got all these people who've been there for years who can show you how to do the business. And you don't do business by being a behind-the-scenes person going on any podcast. There's nothing for you to be on a podcast about right now. Nothing. Unless you're kayfabing it and you're pushing a superstar, but you haven't been there long enough to do that, Randy.
Yeah.
You ain't been there long enough to do that.
But you see, this is the problem. Because if you notice nowadays, everybody got a fucking podcast. Everybody running their mouth on a fucking podcast. Somebody probably told her, like, yeah, you should go on a podcast and talk about it.
Stupid.
Maybe like a motherfucker like Tony Khan, because apparently he can't shut the fuck up about nothing. He think this motherfucker, and I'm sorry not to switch gears, and this story's great and every fucking thing, but you had this goddamn cocksucker fucking went on the podcast talking about he think the two last AEW fucking Double or Nothings were better than WrestleMania. Is that motherfucker sniffing that goddamn Memphis white or something?
But
Like if he's sitting there, he must be smoking or sniffing some good shit to even have that shit come out of his mouth. And I don't give a fuck if the year before WrestleMania was in a goddamn motherfucking place. At AEW shit was never better than that shit. This fucking past Double or Nothing was not better than this year's WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck they have fans. They have fans at goddamn WrestleMania too. And people forget that shit too.
But see,
and none of them matches.
The thing with Tony Khan,
hey,
you know,
he a dumb bastard. That's what he is.
Right, but see, the thing with Tony Khan, you expect him to say shit like this. He's the AEW CEO.
No, if he's trying to call himself supposed to be better than Vince, he's supposed to be more open than Vince. First thing when he's saying that, he's saying the goddamn lie. So he's lying off the top. So you losing credibility as fast as you spit shit out of your fucking mouth.
See, my thing with Tony Khan is, and it's the same thing with Eddie Kingston. I'm gonna go ahead and just mix them together. You know, see, the thing is, like, Tony Khan. Of course, Tony Khan's gonna say, "Oh, AEW's the best," and this, that, and the other. But
fuck that.
No, hold on.
He should have been humble. You can just sit there and say like, "Hey, we're working." This is what you say. We're working to get at WrestleMania level. We're working hard. Hey, it's WrestleMania. You can say the fucking political right thing and probably the best thing. It's WrestleMania. It's hard to top that. But we're going to work our asses off over here to try to get close to that. So wrestling fans that have two different big events to look forward to. That's it. You don't fucking sit there and say some blanket ass statement talking about, oh yeah, Double or Nothing was better than WrestleMania. Are you fucking high? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah,
like,
that was stupid. I don't agree with the words that he used either. But of course he's going to push his promotion over everything else. I mean, that's what you expect someone to do.
No.
Just like when Eddie Kingston came out with that shit that he said, talking about, oh, I don't watch WWE programming because I'm worried about what I'm doing. I got no problem with him saying that.
But you can't sit there and trash this shit. If you don't watch it, how the fuck you trashing it?
But see, I didn't really see Eddie Kingston trashing it. He just said, I don't watch it. I don't pay attention to it because I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing in AEW, which is fucking ridiculous fucking exploding ring matches. You know,
it's just like the same thing. You got his boy John Moxley, Mr. fucking badass over there, right? He's supposed to be this bad motherfucker, right? That's what he bitched and cried about. Well, I want to leave because I can't be me. I can't be John Moxley.
I still haven't seen anything that he's done in AEW.
Let me tell you something. Fucking John Moxley. John Moxley.
Dean Ambrose.
John Moxley and Dean Ambrose is the same motherfucker. That's who it is. At the end of the fucking day, it ain't no fucking difference. Only difference is that motherfucker wear camo over there. The only difference is
he don't work half as much.
The only difference is that motherfucker let his chest hair grow. That's the only difference I done seen. You know, it ain't been shit. Hell, let's be honest. His goddamn wrestling didn't took a fucking backseat. He couldn't wrestle in the first fucking place, but he was somewhat decent because he had a foot up his ass in the WWE to proceed. Now they fucking lazy. He should have known with that goddamn match. And we just picking on that match because, trust, is more to fucking pick on with that motherfucker. But, hey, we can stick to that exploding ring match. That shit was shitty.
It was atrocity.
Now, you think about this.
One of the worst things I ever saw.
Now, I guess we have to give our flowers because all the reports, I didn't see it. I'm going to look at it. Fucking Omega's match tonight with Luke Perry's son, fucking Jungle Boy, they said it was probably his best match. They said the match was really good.
Well, I gotta watch it because I haven't seen it
yet.
Yeah,
because I think from all fucking reports, I didn't look on a few places. Everybody talking about how good it was. I'ma see.
Well,
because,
I'll tell you what.
We have a lot of AEW
I hope it was better. I hope it was better than that horse shit we saw with Moose at that fucking pay-per-view because we fucking spent money on that fucking TNA pay-per-view and I watched Moose climb from 0 to 100 just to get to the goddamn show with Omega and put on one of the worst fucking matches that I ever saw in his fucking career.
And you know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I told you then when we was watching it, I can't blame Moose for this because Moose ain't booking this shit. First off, they let Omega have he pretty much had offense the whole fucking show.
He controlled the entire match.
The whole
and
show.
What I don't understand is, I'm looking at someone like Moose. Moose done got himself in superior shape. He done leaned out. He done fucking got better on his promos. He's done everything right. And he should have brought that Impact title home. You have him go out there and wrestle this lackluster horseshit match with Kenny Omega because we all know Kenny's hurt and we all know he's going half speed right now. That ain't Moose's fault and that ain't Moose's problem. If I was Moose, we still gonna fucking work, Jack.
Okay.
And if you can't fucking do half of the shit you do, I'm beating your ass.
Okay, hold on.
Like, that's just the way it's gonna be.
Hold on, let's cut the shit.
Because you know they're gonna put that belt on Sami Callihan. And can you imagine the match that Callihan and Omega are gonna have? It's probably not gonna be half as, like, oh my God. Like, why did Moose put in all this energy and effort into this character, into this body, into this being, everything that he did. And I'm watching him wrestle a match like goddamn Coco Beware out here. Like, it was fucking shitty, man.
Okay.
Like, it was one of the worst things I saw.
Okay.
And I wanted Moose to win.
Look. This is Wrestleheads. This ain't political heads. This ain't I'm finna bullshit you heads. This ain't none of that. I'm gonna give it to you straight with no chaser, Jack. That motherfucking Kenny Omega been half-assing shit since he was in Japan. Let's just call it what it is. He turned it up for them matches on Okada. Well, a couple of the matches, because they had, 3? Because the last one was shit. Nobody want to say that. But that's what it was. Since then, he done been half-assed. He ain't been full bore. Because that's what happens when you become a motherfucking vice president. And I remember telling y'all Wrestleheads this shit. This was the shit I was worried about. I said, when they got statue, I said, they're going to fucking take the foot off the fucking gas, man. You see it with the Bucks. You see it with the motherfuckers. They not they motherfucking self. Every once in a while, they want to pull out these spots. And I'm sorry, motherfuckers don't get lost in the sauce, as fucking L.A. Knight or Eli Drake would say. Because these motherfuckers, they'll do spots. That's not wrestling. Those are spots. Okay? You doing spot. That don't mean the match is good. You're just doing a fucking spot.
You're not telling a story.
You ain't saying shit. All of them, and I mean, I gotta throw Cody Rhodes in there too. They fucking took the foot off the fucking gas, Jack. And Cody Rhodes, I'm so disappointed in him. Because you're supposed to be a vice president too. What the fuck? You putting Double A Son out there? Green as a blade of grass, but I give him credit to this.
He wasn't ready for TV.
He wasn't ready for TV, but he didn't fuck up out there either. So he had decent enough.
I'm sorry, bro.
He had decent enough training.
Let me tell you something.
He had decent enough training, but he wasn't ready.
You being nice about it, okay? If I know that Arn Anderson is my fucking dad, and I know that I'm going on TV, number one, my gut ain't hanging over my trunks. That's number one. Number two, I'm not going to wear some fucking trunks that look like granny panties while I'm out there on fucking TV. Number three, I know how good Arn Anderson was. And even at Arn Anderson,
I think most wrestling fans, if they don't remember them,
but what I'm saying is,
you know how good Double A was.
I know how good Arn Anderson was, and even at his best, he wasn't on main event level status.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I look at his son, and I look at the guys he's working with doing their best to try not to make him look silly out there. If a person is not ready, they're not ready. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why we got to hurry up and get this guy on TV. There's no reason for it. AEW's got plenty of talent where they didn't need him to fill that spot. Let's be honest. That match was terrible. That match was slow. It was predictive. Everything he did was slow. It's like fucking watching a guy in his debut at a high school gymnasium. That's where we was at. And you supposed to be Arn Anderson's fucking son. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. As a man, if I knew I wasn't ready, I would have said, Pops, I ain't ready to go out there yet. I'm just not. Because we didn't see Arn Anderson out there. We saw something terrible out there. And I'm not trying to compare him to his dad.
He didn't do the spine buster. He didn't do nothing.
Dude, everybody has their own niche in this business. But when I saw Curtis Axel go out there, I saw Kurt Hennig in him. Mm-hmm. I saw the expertise in him.
He was a worker.
Hell, even when I saw Ted DiBiase Jr. go out there, I saw the skills. I saw the talent. I can say the same thing about Dustin Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, whatever. Whoever this guy is supposed to be Arn Anderson's son. Okay?
It's his son. It's his real son.
Whatever. I didn't feel it. And he didn't look good out there. From his appearance, to his storytelling, to being on time for spots. Your dad is right there at ringside telling you what to do. And it still look like shit, Randy. We're here to tell the truth. Not no bullshit. That guy should not be back on TV until he has honed his skills. And I'm questioning this so-called school that fucking AEW has.
They got a couple of them.
When you got people like Arn Anderson backstage,
they got Cody Rhodes school, they got Dustin Rhodes school.
Right, and you got people like Dean Malenko backstage who know what the fuck ring psychology is and what the fuck it takes to tell a story. and then you let these motherfuckers go out here and do this shit, I am deeply, deeply disappointed.
But see, you got to remember this, Night Train. This tells the story. See, sometimes people can't see the forest through the fucking trees. But see, a nigga like me, I'm a visionary. You know what this shows me? That shows me that Arn, Malenko, Jerry Lynn, all the motherfuckers that back there got no say to what the fuck's going on. That shows me that you got the Young Bucks that got to say. That shows me Cody Rhodes got to say. That shows me Kenny Omega got to say.
And these guys can't.
The
book
old
shows.
heads. The old heads
can't book shows like the old heads.
Yeah, that's what I said. The old heads ain't got no say. And then what the fuck? You got somebody like Big Show, Mark Henry think they gonna go over there? You think you gonna walk in there and tell them what to do? No, they bought your ass so you would be up under WWE's umbrella. They bought your ass to sit there and say, yeah, we stole their old fucking world champions. They bought your ass so they can brag.
And what like Big Show, I can understand Big Show going over there for the payday or whatever. But like Mark Henry, to me, I don't know why Mark Henry went over there. Mark Henry
sound like he had a sweet deal. What's going on?
Yeah, but Mark Henry's one of the best scouts in the business. He knows how to find talent. He sees talent.
I think maybe
he
that
brought talent in.
Maybe that might be the reason.
He's a great judge of talent.
I think that's probably the reason.
Right, but at the same time, bro, I'm just not seeing it on AEW television. And the thing is, I still watch it. I watch it. I watch TNA wrestling. I'm trying to give these guys a chance, bro. But when you got great wrestlers like you got, and you're not using them properly, like, I go back to this, and it sounds like a broken record to me. Why Brian Cage is not their heavyweight champion, I don't fucking understand that shit. I got no problem with you putting the TNT title on Rusev. But Rusev needs to have more title defenses on TNT television, doesn't he? He needs to. Okay? Only thing that's making you a TNT champion is that you defend that belt on TNT all the time. When Darby Allin had it, he was defending that belt on TNT television all the fucking time.
Let me fucking interject. Towards the end, yeah, he started defending that a lot. But it was a time that motherfucker had the belt for 3, 4, 5 months and barely defended it twice. You remember, they saddled his fucking monkey ass with Sting ass all that time. And then you got Tony Khan coming there and talking about, yeah, you're a fool how you don't use Sting. Okay, how the fuck, let's call it spade a spade. You know I love Sting. It is what it is. How the fuck you supposed to use a 62-year-old motherfucker as a fucking talent? Please tell me. Remember, hits the words 6 and 2. Which means he's over a fucking half a century old. He's over that plus 12. Okay?
He shouldn't be an honor talent.
Exactly.
Now, if you want Sting to help you with your booking, I can see that.
They ain't gonna ask Sting to do that. Sting don't want that shit. Sting go back to his young bitch down in Texas, and Sting probably making $3-4 fucking $1 million a year. He took that fucking shit. They can peddle his fucking shit.
But when you look at Sting and when he comes out on TNA television, he's not happy about what he's doing. You can tell it's just going through the motions, getting a paycheck, it's whatever. There's no heart there. And it's just like you said, it's because he's done, dude. Like, he's done. His time is up. It's over.
I think the last time he had some heart when he tried to go to WWE this time. Because it was like somewhere he never went. Somewhere. Because let's be honest, Sting gave his best years. Let's cut the shit. He gave his best years to WCW and TNA.
He did.
And I mean, if you look over TNA, he had some great matches over in TNA.
Remember, we went to Bound for Glory 08, and we saw AJ versus Sting. That was a great match.
Yeah, he gave his fucking shit, and he was old then, and he still was going pretty good at that fucking time. But let's just be honest, like, the man's a senior citizen, and it's like now you got Tony Khan collecting the land of misfit senior citizen toys of the WWE, and it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You go put Mark Henry. Mark Henry talking about he gonna wrestle? Like, Mark Henry's damn near 50. Big Show's damn near 50. It's like, what the fuck you want these 50-year-olds going out there for? And then who they supposed to go out there and carry? What? Some lame ass fucking Mark, the fucking wrestler out there? What the fuck you gonna do?
You gonna have him out there with Powerhouse Hobbs?
Yeah. Wait. There's gonna be a match on the Powerhouses. I can see that bullshit happening. And then look,
he's another one. He green as a blade of grass.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be on TV either.
But see, the bad part about him is you can see it's some talent there, but nobody's refined it.
Yeah.
Where he could go forward. You got like Taz crew, right? You got Taz, you got his son, who you be pushing. You think he the greatest motherfucker. Hook. Then you got fucking Brian Cage, right? We already know about Brian Cage. You got fucking Powerhouse
Brian Cage
Hobbs.
should be the fucking world champion.
You got
of their
Powerhouse Hobbs, right? And then you got fucking the boy from NWA, Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Which he got a fucked up neck right now. So he can't do fucking jack shit right now. So you move him out the way. They come down to Hobbs and motherfucking Brian Cage. Now, you brought Cage in as this fucking monster. When he walked in here, and then you let John Moxley drop him on his fucking head, good night, bitch, and he's out of the way.
And that was bullshit.
It's like, I'll be wondering when people think John Moxley, and you probably get the hint that I don't like John Moxley, and you probably will be correct. But the point is, of this shit, John Moxley talk a fucking lot, and I'm like, nigga, you mediocre wrestler at best. And then you get match his mediocre ass with fucking Eddie Kingston's under mediocre ass. Then you get two mediocre motherfuckers.
You is not gonna sell out no arenas with fucking Eddie Kingston.
Where did Eddie Kingston become this legend? Like, I must have missed this.
I missed it
I've been
too.
I'm going on 41. I've been watching wrestling at least 36 fucking years. I don't remember hearing of fucking Kingston. The only Kingston I know is motherfucking Kofi.
Yep.
Like, where the fuck this motherfucker come from? And I try to call myself being in the know from the internet, wrestling magazines, the same way I always fucking did it. And I'm like, I ain't never heard of this motherfucker. So that must let me know he wasn't a regular wrestler. He was one of these fucking garbage CZW motherfuckers. This fucking extra hardcore bullshit. I mean, it's the same thing like how they be saying Jericho with his best friend, the legendary Luther.
Oh,
who the fuck is this goddamn old fuck?
That guy Luther shouldn't even be on television at all.
And he been on there multiple times.
His matches are so fucking bad. Like, he's fucking blowing up after 5 minutes. I don't understand. This is what you're putting on television, people. Like, this is on television. This ain't no high school gym where we can go to the bathroom and be like, yeah, he's blowing up. I'll be back. Like, this is on fucking television. This is on Turner Network television, bro. I can't fucking grasp it.
How they fucking put
I don't understand.
You would think this motherfucker was a Hall of Famer, and I'm like, damn.
Okay,
I missed his whole fucking career.
Look, he might have had at some point in his career, see here, I go back and forth.
Don't even try to cherry pop this shit.
Hold on. I go back and forth about this, right? Like, he must have been a legend at some time. However, we never saw him on television. We never saw him on anybody's television. So that tells me he wasn't no fucking legend of shit.
Here, and then I'm going to read what Ray Money finna say. I think the Dark Order is just overrated, and it hurts them a lot when they lost Brody. Let me tell you something, Ray Money. And Tony Khan, yeah, him and Vince Russo got into it too. I put that up on there too. And Russo got in his ass, deservedly so. Because he going to try to blame the downfall of WCW on Vince Russo. Let me tell you something. It was fucked. Before Vince Russo got there. It was fucked. And
if anything, Vince Russo was trying to fix the shit.
Yeah. He tried to
Russo is responsible for putting Booker T over.
Exactly.
Period.
Now, getting to this fucking shit, let me tell you something. Tony Khan sit there and try to play all this shit. Cody Rhodes tried to sit there and play all this shit. Well, let me tell you something, Jack. Since fucking Luke Harper, Brody Lee took a dirt nap, they ain't been doing nothing but pimping his fucking legacy. They ain't been doing nothing but pimping his fucking honor. They ain't been doing nothing but pimping his fucking son. And they ought to be a fucking shame of themselves. Like, how you have a fucking kid out there? I understood when he died.
And
yes.
You have him out
and
there.
To me, that was pushing it right there.
Yeah.
You was pushing it hard. Then you had him come out again. No, that shows me you pimping his memory. And Lord behold, if the WWE would have pulled any type of shit like that, oh man. Oh, what they trying to do? They sitting there using their fucking shit. Hey, I remember when Eddie Guerrero took a dirt nap. And I remember how people were saying how they pimping him, having Vicky come out there, even though they didn't understand that goddamn Vicky took over his goddamn payroll. They switched it up just to support the fucking family. Now, Tony Khan could fucking sit there and do that shit without even having the sun out there. That first off, that whole Dark Order shit is fucking stupid.
They ain't gonna never amount to nothing. They ain't gonna never.
It's a group of fucking jobbers. You might as well call it Job Squad 3.0.
I agree. The problem with AEW is they got too many fucking factions to begin with.
They got a shitload of them.
Every time we turn around,
Elevated Science. He was known to Luke Harper more than Brody Lee. I mean, he had the Brody Lee shit on the Independence.
He won the He won the Intercontinental Championship
at Luke Harper. Yeah. I mean, people know him from the Independence as Brody Lee. That was his name out there before he came to the WWE. Now, it went up to another level because he was with the Wyatt family, tag team belts, Intercontinental title belts, and I mean, shit. He got with fucking, Rowan, and they won another tag team belt that's the fucking, what's that, the Basham, not Basham, the Bludgeon Brothers. There we go.
Yeah.
The fucking Bludgeon Brothers.
That's when WWE was fucking up, changing their characters and all this bullshit.
And the thing about that shit is, like, nobody sit there and talk about that shit. If the WWE would have tried to pull that shit, how they pimping his fucking memory like that, it would have been a problem. It'd be a problem. Think about it. People bitch about less with the WWE, but AEW do it. Oh, it's okay. Ain't honoring him. How the fuck you honoring his memory? You got his fucking, not even a teenage son, a fucking child.
He's a small child.
He's a child. He's not even a teenager yet. I don't even think he's a fucking preteen yet. And you sitting there pimping, and that's what it is, pimping his memory. Oh, Brody Lee. I ain't never heard somebody bring up somebody's name so much. Look, I'm not trying to disparage Luke Harper, Brody Lee, John Huber, but let's call a fucking spade a spade. He was good. But he wasn't this fucking talking about him a whole year later good. It's just like the whole fucking shit, and this might not be popular what I'm about to say too. The same thing about that fucking, what's that motherfucking rapper that died? Fucking, they keep talking about him. Goddamn, I forgot the motherfucking name already.
Nipsey.
Yes, Nipsey Russell. Or Nipsey Hussle. Not Nipsey Russell. Nipsey Hussle. Okay? Yeah, you can wink your eye. I don't give a shit. Let me tell you something, Jack. That motherfucker was no Pac. That motherfucker was no Biggie. They honored this motherfucker more than them. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you talking about, what you gonna do. It's about action. Me, in my life, like I tell motherfuckers, it's about your actions. Fuck talk. Talk don't mean shit. It's about actions. It's about what the fuck you do. Now, they can sit here and say anything, but let's be honest. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. He ended up getting murked because he ran his mouth and embarrassed somebody. That dude killed him because of an embarrassment. That dude killed him because he's still trying to live that life. Okay? Now, if he would have kept his mouth shut, be a businessman, worry about rapping, fucked his pretty ass baby mama, he'd probably still be breathing right now.
Yeah,
And that's just a matter of fact. Hey, it's not a popular opinion. I'm not expecting to get flowers for this shit. Hey, I'm expecting motherfuckers to talk shit. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the fucking day, he ran his mouth. He knew about them streets. You can't do that in them streets. You can't tell a man he a bitch, any motherfucking thing like that. Because you asked him for them problems. You embarrass somebody in front of somebody else, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Now, to me, his memories get pimped. Let him rest in peace. Now, if you go fucking sit here doing all this shit, then do it. Every motherfucking year, you act like this goddamn motherfucker was the greatest American hero. I'm sorry. He wasn't. He wasn't. Now, coming to the parallel why I brought in wrestling with fucking Luke Harper. You talk about Luke Harper like how this shit, he was good. Nipsey Hussle was good. I can't take that away from him. I like some of this shit. This legendary fucking status you got him up on? This, how you honor Nipsey Hussle better than you did Kobe? No.
Yeah.
No. That's the type of shit where motherfuckers, I say you pimping somebody. Because to me, you to put somebody on that type of level, they gotta have a resume to match the level.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
I agree.
And that's what they doing with Luke Harper's fucking memory. That's what they doing with fucking goddamn Brody Lee's fucking memory. They're pimping his fucking memory. Like, dude, this man's been gone. Why is you still talking about him like this shit? Like, let him rest in peace. His shit's gonna live alone. I swear, you would have figured he spent more time in AEW than he did in WWE.
Yeah. You know, one thing we haven't talked about is, you know,
And I just spoke my piece.
you know, they released fucking old boy from the fucking Wyatt family, Braun Strowman, and obviously it looks like he's under a 90-day no compete. And
If he's smart, take his ass to fucking TNA. Go to TNA/New Japan. That's the ticket.
I would say go to TNA because basically you can take the spot that Michael Elgin had,
Mm-hmm.
where you was the big bruiser and all this, that, and the other. With TNA, I don't know what the fuck they doing with Big Cass, or what's his name now, Morrissey.
W. Morrissey.
Yeah, Morrissey or whatever, or where that's gonna go. But to me, TNA right now, they're spinning their tires and they're not gonna go anywhere until they get that belt back.
Yeah.
From fucking Omega.
I
They
think-
got to get that belt back. They got to be done with Omega.
Honestly-
they got to be done with Don Callis.
Honestly,
and the thing with Tommy Dreamer trying to grow his hair with these ponytails and shit. Okay, man. But it's just,
he 50. You know, he trying to do something he ain't never did before. That's what it is.
yeah, well, don't come out here looking like Big Bang Theory on fucking Impact. Like, nobody want to see that shit, man.
Because look, it's like this. I mean, just like you got David Rosker said, Braun Strowman in AEW. If he do that, that would be a mistake for his career.
Because AEW's not going to use him right. They're not using Brian Cage right.
You see Andrade.
So you see it already.
Andrade, you see he's stalling. He ain't even had a match yet. They stalling. They trying to stall to this fucking him and Kenny Omega shit. And it's like,
I'm sure him and Omega could put on a great match.
Probably so.
But the thing is, how are you gonna get there?
Ray Money say, hey, the biggest issue, does Impact have the budget for Braun Strowman, and are they prepared to drop him out to AEW? For one, I think if they do get him, they probably gonna say off top, there ain't gonna be no fucking jobbing. Like, we gave you Moose, that was your free one.
And they really should. And I hate the way Moose went out like that.
Yeah.
Against Omega.
I don't think they not gonna do that. They not gonna give somebody that's gonna be helpful for them. And especially if you fucking Braun Strowman, their relationship with New Japan should be hella appealing to him. Because he can come back over here and run shit over here and go to New Japan and open himself up to a whole new fucking crowd. Plus, for him, they'll pay some money too because he be that limited fucking attraction.
Yeah.
Where, oh yeah, Braun Strowman coming, the ex-WWE champion or Universal champion coming over here. And he'll get all that exposure, get all that fucking shit. And he's leaning down. The motherfucker's in shape. He another one. He's doing the Moose route where he, you know how you be bulky and shit and just
lean out.
Yeah. I think because he got with fucking Raquel Gonzalez and she on his ass. Like that motherfucker, he's cut the fuck up. That's where he at now.
She's something else too.
Yeah. And let's see. Devontae7 said, yeah, Moose been working his ass off for the last few years. Facts. Professional wrestling fan Harper Kidd ain't even old enough to know what's happening when he gets a hard look at Ted Conti.
What I don't understand though, you know, like you said, when they brought him out for the tribute, I thought that was enough.
Yeah.
But like you said, the Dark Order is not setting the world on fire. It's time to disband this group. It's time to just put it away, you know, and let whoever those performers are do something else.
But Chuck, it's not only that, man.
Because it's like you said,
let's
call
it 100 right now. I'm gonna call it 100.
Bro, the more they hang around though, it's just
you look at all them people. I think the best ones is the little short motherfucker. What's his name? Silver. And the motherfucker that got the mask and got 10. That's it. You look at that fat dude with the fucking mask that used to be in the fucking tuxedo. He is garbage. That's the one that did that relay the delay and ran into the pole and then ran off in the battle royal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There,
That was awful.
bunch of them there are so fucking garbage. Like, they're jobbers. I don't even know you can say they jobbers. They might be the extra motherfuckers that take a punch from a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be scared to put the motherfuckers in the fucking ring. Like, they're jobbers. Like, you got nobody at consequences except the two people. That's it. Then you put the hang bitch with him.
Oh Lord.
And then, what the fucking hang bitch supposed to do? He a fucking dime store fake ass Stone Cold with long hair, and he from what, fucking Virginia? So I'm supposed to be fucking convinced that this motherfucker with long hair and all that shit is supposed to be a badass from fucking Virginia? Like, come on now. I'm like, man, let's be honest. The motherfucker got that flip clothesline. That shit's cool. And then it ends off right after that.
I agree.
They tried to push that motherfucker so hard. I remember telling y'all back then, you was fighting me on that shit. I said, the dude ain't ready.
I just like to see a new face, but Heyman
The
Page,
face got to be ready.
Yeah, Heyman Page ain't worth it, bro. He's not there yet.
He ain't gonna never be there.
I don't
Look how many
get it.
years he been going.
You got Brian Cage. Like, Cage should be the fucking champion. I don't.
And you
I
see,
just don't understand
and you see,
this shit.
you look at these fucking fuck Jose Sincheco IG looking at booties. But anyway,
How do you know that? I was commenting on some shit.
hey, but the thing about this shit, you think about it. This is where wrestlers have to sit there and think about it. The grass ain't always greener on the side. When he was in Impact, he was running shit. You go to you go to AEW for a little bit more money. You playing side bitch. You playing sidecar. Like, where your career is going. You have to sit there and think about it. You was a champion here. Then you took the money to go over here thinking you got a chance. And, like, your career is... You're wasting your best years right now.
Yeah.
They just burning. And then you got to sit there and fucking drop to his knees and blow Sting. And I'm like, you got your ass whooped by a 62-year-old motherfucker. Think about this. You got your ass whooped by a 62-year-old senior fucking citizen who's eligible for AARP. Who's fucking drinking insured right now.
Oh my God. He's not drinking this shit.
He's taking the Central Silvers, nigga. He's taking the Central Silvers.
Yeah,
He's getting shot in his knees. He's going to the orthopedic motherfucker because he's old.
That's about as bad as he gets, man. I'm trying to think, man. You got anything else to add on this?
The nigga got a bad back, got a bad neck. You getting your ass kicked by a senior citizen.
Man, she is bad.
Let me tell you something. With The Undertaker, we can sit here and talk shit about The Undertaker, but The Undertaker still has some swole. He had the height. It was believable. He could still whoop your ass at his age.
The Undertaker knew
Sting,
when it was absolutely done.
If you look at
it was
Sting,
done.
he took the shirt off, and they trying to say he still got it because he jumped off the little poker chip. Sting, you look at his body, he looked like a shell of himself. He looked like an old man in his body now. It's nothing. You can tell he don't lift weights no more. You can see all that shit. That motherfucker just there.
I don't see the enthusiasm or anything that he's doing for AEW.
It's a paper chase.
I see a guy just grabbing a paycheck
It's a paper chase,
and
fella.
just moving on with it, you know. I'm not seeing the enthusiasm or anything like that right now, you know. And it's true. Sting look like he tired of this shit, man.
He took the money. Tony Khan threw so much money for his old ass. Like, hey, he like, I got to take this paper. He probably told his young wife, I got to take this paper. And then they told him, like, oh yeah, you don't have to worry about it. You ain't have to worry. Like you ain't got to work that much. And then right now, they try to sell this, oh yeah, Sting trying to give fucking Darby Shaw a chance. No, Sting ain't there because they taped all them fucking shits together. That's why Sting ain't there. All these shit's been taped.
That's another thing. Like, okay, let's talk about Darby Allin for a minute.
Fucking Darby Shaw.
How the fuck does Darby Allin strike you as a guy that's going to sell out the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas?
No, that's not the question you should ask. Darby Shaw supposed to be this new motherfucking goth motherfucker? Is this the nigga gonna be the new Vampiro? Is this nigga gonna be the new Gangrel? Is this motherfucker supposed to be the new Sting? Or who the fuck else was got? I'm missing some people. The new Raven. The new motherfucking... He don't come off like that. He's a skater.
He's too little.
He's a fucking skater. The nigga got a skateboard.
At the end of the day, he's too little.
The motherfucker used to hit some asphalt.
And it don't look believable when you see him making big guys look stupid.
He's sitting there. You go sit there, give me this fucking, he gonna fall off this coffin drop. Yeah, when he get this, a big motherfucker should have caught that motherfucker and power bombed his ass. Good night, little bitch. Yeah. And that's it. Okay. And
I agree.
And you supposed to sell this shit to me? I'm supposed to sit here and believe this bullshit?
I don't understand him and Orange Cassidy. They're like their main event wrestlers right now.
And I told you back then with that Orange Cassidy bullshit that he was doing, everybody thought, oh, it was cute. He kicking legs, putting hand in his pocket. That shit looked like fucking disgraceful as fuck.
But now he's a main event wrestler for them.
You telling me, oh yeah, it's amazing. He can do shit with his hand in his pocket. But I'm telling you, telling me this little fucking 150-pound motherfucker supposed to be slaying motherfuckers? You trying to sell this shit to me?
That's what they got him doing.
See, this the thing, what I told you, what'd be the problem. You got hoes like Cody Rhodes, and look.
You see, you got hoes.
Cody Rhodes, this motherfucker he talked so much shit about Triple H and them that he tried to be Triple H. Don't you notice this shit? This cocksucker has his own interest where he comes out.
Yeah.
And that's been a constant. He has his own interests where he comes out. He don't come out the tunnels and shit all the fucking time. When he feel like I'm special today, oh, that middle shit with them fucking shit, raise that shit up. I'm coming out of there. Tell me something. Why the fuck they had that picture and his wife was in the picture? She ain't a wrestler. Her ass is pregnant. What the fuck she doing in the AEW picture? You pregnant. Hell, I think they barely had Jay Cargill up in the motherfucker.
Man, that's the one they need to be showcasing.
Between her and they fucking Britt Baker, they faces should be everywhere.
I agree.
Britt Baker and Jay Cargill is the two prime examples of two women basically put themselves out there. Because let's be honest, AEW did a shitty job with Britt Baker. A shitty job. They showed more hope in the Thunder Roses than somebody that wasn't even theirs. They got her on loan. Serena Deeb got her on loan. You put more shit into the goddamn fucking Nyla Rose than to a goddamn woman that can get it done. A woman got the popularity. Nobody care about Nyla Rose. I get it. You was trying to make a statement. Fucking having the first transgender fucking woman to be the women's champion.
Yeah.
I get it. You was trying to get clicks. You was trying to get fucking popularity. But the people was telling you Britt Baker. And for them not to be sitting there listening to the fans, and they supposed to be smarter than all of us, and they supposed to be smarter than WWE. Hey. Big Show got more of a push on the cover than Jade. Facts. Let's see. Elevate sign. They want to push a dude with a wig instead. Shit, that's probably his fucking hair. He had enough time. He took a North hormone.
This nigga said it's probably his fucking.
Shit, you see Bruce Jenner? That's his goddamn hair. I mean, excuse me, Caitlyn Jenner.
I don't even gonna speak on that, man. But you know, it is getting late. You gotta wrap this puppy up.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel better. I spoke my fucking piece. I said shit that needed to be said. Shit that people won't talk about.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers give people a pass. Motherfuckers in AEW can fucking come out there wrestling stir-fry shit and they call it a 4-star classic or a 5-star classic. Motherfuckers in WWE go out there bust their ass and say, yeah, 2-3 stars.
No, that's just Dave Meltzer using that favoritism.
Kitchen bitch of the week, Tony Khan. Better call Khan.
You know what? I would say my kitchen bitch of the week. I'm trying to think of a good one here.
Should Ethan Page left the Impact? Shit. No. If he was going to sit there, he left Impact and he was in a great tag team with Josh Alexander to go work with Scorpio Sky. Which y'all team in Impact was better than you over at AEW. That was stupid.
That was a bad move.
It's like you left us supposed to go up. You jumped from a great tag team into an okay tag team.
I agree.
Professional wrestling fan, kitchen bitch of the week, easily Tony Khan. I told you, it's Tony Khan.
Yeah,
For him saying that dumb ass statement. Double or Nothing better than WrestleMania. What match, and I say this, he has thing, and I'm going to go back to last year, not this year. What match a day fucking Double or Nothing was better than The Undertaker and AJ Styles? Drew McIntyre went against Brock Lesnar. It was a 5-6 minute match. High impact. History changing. What was better than that?
I agree.
Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. What was better than that? They wrestled under the circumstances of what was presented to them. Now you came to this year. This year WrestleMania, of course, was better. It was in front of people.
Yeah.
It was better. Let's see. I would say both Tony and Nick Khan also mentioned WWE writer for honorable mention, kitchen bitch. Let's see. Elevated Sign said New Japan is coming to Los Angeles. Shit, they've been having a dojo out here because what?
Yeah.
Shibata.
They had one in Long Beach.
Yeah, what's that? The one that his career got injured. His career got killed. He got hit in the head.
Yeah.
Shibata. He runs that shit. Let's see. Professional Wrestling Fan. Will you guys be taking a WWE event together this year? I already bought my tickets for Raw in August. That's the question. Answer this question, young Chuck. Will Wrestleheads be attending a WWE event this year?
Yeah, we will.
And what is that motherfucking event?
We're going to SummerSlam.
You hear that?
We're going to Vegas. We're going to the Raider Stadium in August.
Going to the new Dark Hole, to the new goddamn, what they call that shit? The fucking,
Death Star.
the new motherfucking Death Star.
Yep. We're heading to SummerSlam. We're going to see what it's about.
Lunatic Fringe 976. Oh, shit. Yeah, you probably didn't want to hear my Dean Ambrose shit.
Well, he ain't been a Lunatic Fringe in a long time.
Yeah,
That exploding match is still on my mind. I would drive an ice cream truck right through that shit.
Dude, PWF go along with these events. Rossi at SummerSlam 2021 Vegas. Yeah, first off, I've been looking up on the radio stadium since they built that shit. That shit look hard to me.
We're going to find out. We're in the mezzanine area. We're going to see what it's about.
And that shit gonna come up fast. And let's not forget, this shit is not only monumental because we're going, it's monumental. It's gonna be on a fucking Saturday.
Yep, it's a Saturday show.
SummerSlam, Saturday.
Yep.
Shit, you know Reigns, Big Mac John. It's probably gonna be Edge versus Seth Rollins. 2 big matches.
Well, they got to get a big opponent for Lashley, man.
Yeah, they gotta figure that shit out. Because let's be honest, Brock Lesnar acting like a bitch. And you gotta just call it for what it is. He sit there and
still don't want to work with Lashley.
No,
I don't
he
get it.
He sit there and bitch and moan, talk about he wants these big money matches. The biggest money match been sitting in front of him for years. He had the excuse because Lashley was in Impact. He had that excuse. Lashley came over. No more excuse.
Yeah.
You've been ducking that motherfucker like you owe him money.
Yep.
And this is your big money match, and you don't want that shit? Because you know why? Because he can't pull that shit like how he socked fucking Braun Strowman in the motherfucking jaw and got away with it.
Socked him right in the jaw and told him to
And to me, that's when Braun Strowman's career started going in a tailspin.
Yeah, it went straight on out, right up to his release.
He was never
that.
the same. Because let's be honest, they look at you in the back, they be like, motherfucker, you let that motherfucker sock him?
He punched him right in the face for real, bro.
Think about it. People were scared of that motherfucker. It's just like that story, what, Mr. Perfect? Mr. Perfect fucked him up on that plane, and that's why he got fired?
Yeah.
Elevated sign say Saturday I can't go. Post office pimping us out on Saturdays. Kitchen bitch. WWE because they hired a female to write. I didn't even know Lashley's first name.
Didn't even know what the fuck she was doing.
She called him Bobby Ashley.
That's terrible. I guess she thought he was related to Rick Ashley.
Rick Ashley, yeah. Never gonna give
Never
you
gonna
up.
give you up. Never gonna let you down.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it was. That's some Night at the Roxbury shit.
Rock Legend can't hang with Scott Stevens from the New Jersey Devils. David Roska with his hockey references. But
I can't believe the Islanders lost to Tampa Bay, man.
because it's what the fucking Canadians and the fucking
It's gonna be Montreal versus Tampa Bay in the Stanley
and they ain't
Cup.
been in the fucking Stanley Cup Finals since the '90s.
Since '93, you
Yeah.
ain't seen Canada in the Stanley Cup. Yep.
That's crazy.
You know, they taking that shit real personal.
Y'all wouldn't think we knew fucking hockey.
That shit getting real personal up there, man. Real quick.
That Rick Ashley was slinging dick to all the '90s porn stars. That was from Sammy. Sammy. Oh shit! Would you guys ever consider going to an AEW event? Yeah,
Yeah, I would if it
I
came
got no
out
problem.
here.
it's just like how we went to the fucking Impact event. Like that shit just happened.
Yep.
We just said fuck it and just went, and I don't regret it. It was one
That
of the
was,
best.
that was a great show. we went to.
I was surprised.
That was what, Booker T's farewell? That was Mick Foley's
Scott
farewell?
Steiner?
Scott Steiner's?
His old cripple ass got up there and did a fucking Frankensteiner from the top
Dude,
rope.
he did a top rope Frankensteiner in all four corners that night.
Yeah, he was working.
That was fucking amazing. Man. That's all I got. You got anything else?
Shit. I mean, I think we got every fucking thing out. What the fuck else? You got all the people got released. We talked about SummerSlam.
What was the shit with Jim Cornette and
Fucking Chris Jericho. I sent y'all the fucking shit.
Jericho and Cornette? I listened to it.
And fucking Cornette bust his ass out like.
Cornette had me laughing. He said, "Yeah, I guess I haven't been relevant since I discovered his ass."
Yeah. No, see, they don't like Cornette because Cornette pointed out all they fuck ups. If you listen to Cornette, which I do, he sit there and say, "Dope, they fucked up here, they fucked up here, they fucked up here." Why you gonna have Brian Cage do all these fucking cruiserweight moves and shit like this? He's supposed to be a powerhouse. Like that's supposed to be his fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's like some shit.
Cornette brings logic to it.
Yeah, they don't like that shit because it's fucking they shit up because he's pointing out all they fuck ups.
Yeah.
They sit there try to lie on him, and then that shit gets fucking discovered, and then they ain't got nothing. So what they try to do is fucking discredit him.
Yeah.
Sit there where you can't fucking understand or say he's wrong or anything like that. You might not like Jim Cornette because he's an old head, but he's telling the fucking truth about fuck up. And the thing about it is, he criticizes WWE too. It ain't like he just fucking he lambasting motherfucker. Because I was listening to what he's talking about with the Bobby Lashley match, him and Drew McIntyre. He like, goddamn, this shit a fucking again. He said they spent more time in the beginning on the outside of the fucking shit, not even in the fucking ring.
Yeah.
He was criticizing that shit too. It's like the motherfucker's fair. He's even-handed.
Yeah.
I got no problem with somebody even-handed. It's just like you got a motherfucker like Dave Meltzer to sit there that,
He's one-sided.
oh yeah, for a little bit of money, he sold his goddamn integrity for a little bit of money. He sold his goddamn soul for a little bit of money.
Yeah, he did.
If anybody seen that movie, Murder of Crows, back in the days with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Tom Berenger, that's what that shit, the bad guy at the end, yeah, your goddamn integrity for a little bit of money. So, good point, that's where I got that from. But I was watching that shit today. It's the same thing. Like, you gave up your fucking integrity because you want to be a fucking New Japan AEW groupie, and you lose all objectivity out of this shit.
He got to be on the payroll.
Of course he's on the fucking
They gotta be
payroll.
paying him. Because when you think anything AEW does with all these stars is better than WWE, you smoking crack.
Man,
Kenny Omega going half speed out there.
First
I'm
off,
sorry, man.
the motherfucker don't even defend his belt like that.
Nope.
You expect me to present this motherfucker like he the modern day Ultimate Dragon, and this motherfucker wasn't even working like him.
Yeah.
Like for a motherfucker, his ass should be working. Especially all these years he been going fucking half-ass. Like, motherfucker, you got these belts, you should be working. I should be seeing your ass on Impact. I should be seeing your ass on motherfucking
He's there, but he doesn't.
AEW.
He's there, but he's not. He doesn't do anything.
What's up, Dynasty? AKA Clips. Chuck looking like a beef sweat.
He does everything, but he shows up on Impact Television, but he doesn't work. He doesn't wrestle.
He just runs his mouth. And you got Don Callis as the fucking mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Hell, they didn't turn the goddamn Good Brothers. They work sometimes on Impact, but he got them niggas started getting them motherfuckers lazy.
Yeah.
Cena confirmed that he was coming back. Yeah, he said it on Kimmel. That's why I said, yeah, he coming back for SummerSlam. It's basically a done deal. They've been saying that shit. I think he's trying to get all his
Good old Big Mass John with the comb over.
his acting commits, all that shit out the way. Because he was sitting there saying, like, when you connect to certain projects with the insurance, they don't want them to do shit. And let's be honest, The Rock fucked that shit up when he went against John Cena and he tore his fucking shit.
Yeah.
And that delayed the fucking movie because he had to go have surgery on his fucking same shit I had.
Hernia?
Yeah, he had a fucking sports hernia.
Yeah.
Sammy P, what was your question? Just put it on there again, shit. I think too many motherfuckers wrote shit for me to go all the way up. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying right now. I ain't fucking seeing it. Do you think the WWE gonna sell to Disney? Everybody been fucking thinking about the WWE
I don't think
preparing.
so.
I don't see Vince doing that.
As long as there's breath in his lungs, he is not giving up that damn company.
And I think honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he set his shit up to tell the kids like, hey, y'all can't sell that shit either. Especially been in your fucking family for what? 5 generations? The fucking Stephanie and Shane be with the 5th?
Probably. Yeah.
So, because I think Vince's dad was like the 3rd, because it was the grandfather, and I think it was one that owned before him.
Yeah,
so-
I'm not sure.
So we know, at least from Jess, Vince Sr., Vince Jr., and then it's going to go to fucking Stephanie or fucking Shane. And honestly, I think what they're going to end up doing, he going to break it in half, but probably tell everybody, probably going to say they want Shane to run the business, and they probably will have Trips and Stephanie do the fucking creative and shit, with
Yeah.
Shane having input.
Right.
I think that's what's going to end up fucking happening.
Probably.
They're going to have
and it's
a
gonna go to
physical Hall of
Shane's
Fame
sons
connected
after
to a
that.
music. Yeah. Yeah, most likely, because they're going to want it to be a McMahon. They probably have Trips and them daughters somewhere up in there,
Yeah.
but they're going to want the name to be McMahon on that shit.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that. Well, let's wrap it up, bro.
y'all saw that Tony Khan said Tony Khan can make WWE better if it was in his hand. How the fuck, Wrestling Dynasty, that he could make WWE better?
That's like
that
when Virgil said he was the Black Steve Jobs.
Man,
In one ear and out the other.
because you can't even make your company better.
The company was terrible.
Like, what the fuck is good? Please tell me. What's good about AEW other than Jay Cargill? And
Yeah.
fucking...
Jay Cargill is bad, dog.
and other than her and goddamn fucking Adam Cole's bra. Those are 2 hottest things that are going on. It ain't even nothing to dudes. It ain't John Moxley. It ain't Kenny Omega.
It ain't Orange Cassidy.
It ain't Orange Cassidy.
Freshly squeezed.
It ain't Luke Perry's son. It ain't motherfucking none of them. Shit, you see, look at that. Think about this. You got fucking Pentagon and them motherfuckers going half-ass. You got fucking, hey, remember, and see, this is what I love. When you have motherfuckers sit there, bitch, cry, and moan, and we talk about Neville, oh, I can't do this shit, oh, they treat me bad. How you doing over at AEW, bitch? How you doing over there?
Not too well.
You ain't know, at least we seen they put titles on him in the WWE. At least we seen they was pushing him. He ain't got none of that shit over at AEW. The motherfucker been a curtain jerker.
Yep, it's true.
And Andrade, they probably gonna give Andrade a chance because they look at him as a big free agent shit. But hey, let's be honest. It's just a matter of time, tick, 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 before Christian calling in his shit.
Yeah. That's true, too.
I heard Big Show wants to fight Shaq.
Oh, Jesus again.
He needs to stop
Haven't
with
we
that bullshit.
seen that already?
He needs to stop with that bullshit.
It's all about Shaq. I'm still tripping on Shaq diving through that table.
And then fucking running from the ambulance.
Yeah, and then running out of the ambulance.
So, you heard our fucking takes. You got any questions, concerns? Inbox them to Wrestleheads or put them on this fucking link that's going to be, well, not the link, but on this shit that's going to be up on the fucking page.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's late. And young Chuck got to get his ass going home.
Yo, Bear, let's go get some shrimp.
All right. What do you think Lana going to say? The only thing I think she could say is somebody try to fuck her. That's probably the most.
She ain't gonna say nothing.
That's probably gonna be the most
She'll
damaging
probably
shit.
think better of it. She ain't gonna say nothing.
The most damaging shit she could say. Somebody tried to fuck her when she was in WWE. They got mad at her and Rusev being together. That's it. Like, what else you got? What you gonna say? They promised you a WWE title run with your limited skills?
Very limited.
Come on now. Use a pretty face, baby.
They tried, dude, but she didn't have it.
Who was it? Lashley. Shit, he damn sure had the opportunities. I'm hoping Rusev didn't pull that goddamn John Morrissey and drop her off at the motel.
I'm done. That's it.
I'm just saying.
Show.
I'm just
In
saying.
the show. That's it.
All right. Red Table's back.
John Morrison. I'm done.
Red Table's back. We will see y'all soon. When you think we're going live again? I don't know. But it's going to be pretty motherfucking soon. Lana's a lesbian. Shit. Hey, it would be something if that Liv Morgan shit was true, but we all know that's Bo Dallas's ass now. So, y'all enjoy this shit. This shit's going to be up on this page and going to be up on motherfucking YouTube. So, like, support, push us out there. We trying to gain this shit back. I'm working hard to try to get us back where we was at our peak in the 20,000 fucking people. So, for young Chuck Night Train Jones, I'm Randy motherfucking Dixon. And hopefully, I think we probably, Money in Bank, we probably go live. And y'all have a good motherfucking night. See you later.